the show for you. Tune in to learn from Miss Rennu. Kids have fun, they feel special and tough. Leaders in the making, let's have a ball. Win with words is the show for you. Tune in to learn from Miss Rennu.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Win with Words, a talk show by kids and for kids. I'm your host, Naren Srinivasan. Let's start today's show with the brain teaser. What involves patience and perseverance in kids? What can help kids form a healthy dose of skepticism? What can teach kids more about the world around them? What can spark a child's mind and help them solve big problems in the world? Can you guess what I'm talking about?
Hello, Naren. Hi, everybody. Sanah Bhardwaj to the rescue. Science. The answer is science. It's the only subject that tells us about the world we live in. Science teaches us, kids, to think about what will happen before something happens. Science teaches us to create a hypothesis in our minds. Science teaches us to make our own opinions, ask questions, and research. Science teaches us to talk, to listen, to ask questions, to never give up, to discover, to keep discovering and finding the answers to the unknown. Science teaches us about life. Now combine this with public speaking, and what do you get? You get great leaders and speakers. You get future CEOs and SiliconValley.com success stories right here on Win with Words. Stay tuned. We've got a breathtaking show for you, so hold on to your lungs and you'll find out why.
Hello everyone, my name is Sriya Munaga. On our last show on Win with Words, we gave you a demonstration of balloon breath, a simple yoga exercise on how to relieve stress. Today, we are going to cause some stress. Only kidding. By the way, do you believe in magic? Do you think science is magical? Do you think we have magical powers? Magical thinking is defined as a belief of an object, action, or circumstance not logically related to a course of events can influence its outcome. I know, I am as confused as you are. So stay tuned to learn more about our magical science show today on Win with Words.
Well, hello everyone. You are at the Genius Kids Science Laboratory, and I have with me Sanah Stein and the reporter from the Genius Kids Chronicle, Mr. Arul, and we are going to create some magic because today's show is all about magic. I think we've forgotten something. Oh, Mr. Arul, why do you think we need to wear these today?
We need to wear them to keep our eyes safe.
Okay, so do I need one of these, Sanah Stein?
Yes, you do, because you also need to keep your eyes safe.
All right, so you can go and hold my mic for me.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Sanah Stein.
You're welcome.
All right, now, we need to be really careful. We don't know what's going to explode in the lab. Now, the question I have is, we have a very interesting egg here. I was interested to know, do we lay eggs by any chance?
No, we don't lay any eggs.
So what kind of animals lay eggs?
Birds lay eggs.
Anything else that you could think of that would lay eggs?
Dinosaurs and alligators also lay eggs.
That's right, dinosaurs and alligators. So what we're going to do is we need to put this egg very gently into the water. So I'm going to ask you to hold my mic again.
Okay.
Can you say hello to my little egg?
Hi, little egg.
All right, and what about you, Mr. Arul?
Hi, egg.
How many of you eat eggs? Good. What's your favorite egg dish?
Sunny side up.
Sunny side up. And you?
Scrambled eggs.
Mine is paratha with anda purji. For those who know. But anyway, here we go. Now, can you predict and tell me, what do you think is going to happen to this egg, Arul, when I put it into this water? What do you think is going to happen to it?
It's gonna float.
It's going to float. And what do you think is going to happen to
I
it?
think it might be too heavy with the yolk inside, so it might sink.
Well, let's find out, guys. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Oops. That's just what would happen to Miss Rennu with her weight going into water. So that egg has just disappeared all the way down and it is now sunk. Correct?
Yes.
We have some magic powder. Mr. Arul, would you like to pass me some magic powder?
Okay, here's the magic powder.
Okay. Sanah Stein?
Yes.
We haven't disclosed what this magic powder is, but what do you think could possibly happen when I put this magic powder into this?
I think it'll still stay down.
All right, let's find out. Are we ready? Keep watching, guys. Put on your goggles. You never know. Okay. Magic. Could we have some magical words? Sanah Stein?
Yes.
Abracadabra. What's happening over here? Well, we need to find out and wait. Now, what is your prediction of what's going to happen over here? What do you think is going to happen, Arul?
I think the egg will stay down.
You think the egg will stay down, and what do you think is going to happen?
I think the egg will still stay down.
All right, guys. Magic takes time to work. Stay tuned. We'll be right back to find out what happened to this egg. Welcome back, guys. As I mentioned, magic takes time to work, doesn't it, Sanah Stein?
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think has happened now? You had mentioned that the egg had sunk, but what do you think has happened now? And I hope you guys can see what has happened to the egg.
The egg came up.
The egg has floated up. As you can see, it's right up here at the surface, right? So we need to figure out what this magical powder was. And for that, we're going to have to go to one of our other reporters to find out. So if you'd like to try this experiment at home and find out how a little egg sunk in simple fresh water, and then with this magical powder, it came floating right up, which is exactly what happens to us in the oceans. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Hello everyone. How many of you watching this show have thought about the different opportunities science opens the doors for us kids? There are jobs in renewable energies such as solar and hydropower. There are jobs in preserving plants and animals. There is a need to study different habitats. Medical research is going to escalate, and we need to find cures for many diseases. Who knows? One of us could find something no one else knows, because scientists do not just Google for answers. They create their own questions and find their own answers. So let's face it, technology is taking over the world by storm, and it is firmly grounded in science. By learning more science, taking part in science projects, and of course, attending Miss Rennu's Win with Words courses, the next Einstein or Newton is being created. This is Arul Dhar reporting live from Win with Words.
Talking about magic, a few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to see the most magical Bollywood production ever. And I'm so proud to have with me two of my former genius kids who are actually part of this wonderful production called Roar by Aditya Patel of Sanskrit. So let's meet our two actors. We have with us, of course, Akhil.
Hello.
And Ayaan.
Hello everyone.
So guys, I want to talk a little bit about this exciting magical performance that I got to watch. So what was your role, Ayaan, in the show?
So, Roar is basically a Bollywood production which is adapted from The Lion King. And I am Simba, otherwise in Roar, Mahavir. So I'm all naughty, so that was the easy part. Being naughty, being bossy.
Being yourself.
Yeah, being myself. But the crying part, oh, that was hard. That was very hard.
To cry?
Yeah, when the father dies.
So you had to pretend to cry?
I had to pretend I actually cried.
You did actually cry?
Yeah.
That's exciting. And Akhil, what was your role?
I was a dancer and I was in Garba, contemporary, folk, fusion,
Oh my.
and puppet.
So let me ask you a question, guys. You know, two young, handsome gentlemen. I'm so proud to be with you guys because I know 20 years from now, when some of those girls come on the scene, you know, you'll forget about Miss Rennu, of course. But did you want to do this, or was it something that mom said, Ayaan, you know how parents are these days, overbearing, you got to do everything they say. Did your mom say you had to do it, or was this your choice?
Well, both.
It was both?
I'd say both, but mostly it was because I wanted to do it. Because I've never been in a Bollywood production before, so it was a very good experience for me.
So now that you can say mom was right to put you in this. Mom's always right.
She was always right.
Yeah, she's always right. What about you, Akhil? I know you did a lot of the dance. So is this something you wanted to do? Because I know your mom's a fabulous dancer.
It was my mom's choice and my choice. I wanted to do it because I thought it was going to be fun and exciting, and my mom.
And did it turn out to be that way? Mm-hmm. It did. Good. So I know both your moms were in the show. What was the part your mom played?
My mom, and this is ironic, she played the queen.
So she played your mommy?
Yes.
She played your mom too?
Yes.
Okay.
And
So did you find it interesting to rehearse with your mom? Did you do a lot of rehearsals at home, or was it only on the set?
actually, she wasn't actually in every scene I was in. So we never met in a scene, actually. The older me met her after the interval when he's older. So
When he's older.
I didn't get to meet her in any of the scenes, but she did a fabulous job.
She did?
Yeah,
We'll tell her that later.
yeah.
What about you, Akhil? Your mom was in the play. So what part did she play?
My mom played the witch. She was the scary one. There were 3 witches. There was the wacko one, and there was the scary one, and there was another one who was like medium. And
So I believe you have, going to all these practices, you have mastered some of your mom's lines, especially that cackle. So can you give me that cackle that she did, that laugh that your mom did?
stop your heroic actions and lay down your weapons, or Mahavir will shatter into pieces. How does it feel, King? Now take this.
Wow, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Does your mom do that at home now? Does she play the witch at home too? Only kidding, you don't have to answer that question. So, what about your lines? Do you remember any of your lines or your mom's lines?
Well, not my mom's lines. All she was doing was crying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I remember one of my lines when I was being bossy, because I'm all the prince, I'm spoiled and all that. So basically when the girl threatens me,
Okay.
I try to shoot back with my own words.
So let's hear your words.
Okay. How dare you question my credibility? If you dare, fight with me. And then she tries to like fight with me. She's like, "Are you sure?"
After hearing those lines, I hope you'll forget them and keep them only for the play, and try those lines not at home, only at school.
Okay.
How dare you question my credibility? Talking about credibility, you both are such super performing stars, right?
Yes.
How do you feel the participation of in plays, in productions, in all the schedules your mums put you in? How do you feel that's going to help you long term? How do you think this production is going to help you in your future?
Well, I'm really active because I keep running around with my mom. And it keeps me really active and awake, making sure I don't go to sleep.
So how is this going to help you growing up? What kind of skills? Give me one skill that you acquired from this production which is going to help you in your life.
Well, it's hard to tell because there are like dozens of them.
Pick one.
It'll help my acting career.
I'll be right back with that one. Acting career. Did you know he's going to go into acting?
Nope.
I predicted the next Shah Rukh Khan. Akhil, one thing you picked from this show that you know is going to help you in your life.
What I really picked up was working hard to excel. Like, I worked hard to excel at my dancing.
Do you feel that your dancing skills became a lot better? I have to say, we were blown away. When we were watching, we were so proud. I was so proud. I sat there going, wow, these are my genius kids. Talking about now, as we wrap up, your career, you mentioned acting.
Yes.
So doctor, engineer, accountant, thrown out of the window now? We're going to go be the next Shah Rukh Khan. Is that what it is?
Well, acting is kind of my third choice.
Oh, what's the first?
My first is paleontology.
Okay. Second?
Second is a Lego designer.
Lego designer.
I love Legos.
Interesting.
And building.
And third would be acting.
Yes.
Great. Your turn.
What I would choose for a career is being a lawyer. And
Arguing. You're a pro at that, aren't you?
Sure.
Yeah, I have to say that. Well, guys, I'm very proud of you. I have to say that when I went to that show, I beamed. We all beamed. The whole Genius Kids team beamed that we said, those are our genius kids. And we were so proud to see that you had mastered your lines. To learn that many lines, to learn that many variety of steps was great. So in closing, how important do you think confidence is for you growing up, being confident?
Well, since I was in Genius Kids and being a public speaker,
This is not a paid ad.
so since I was being a public speaker, what made acting made me more bold in public speaking. So, well, I think it'll help me a lot with public speaking.
And do you want to do some more productions?
Yeah, I really do. I'm waiting for the next roar to come out.
Excellent. And Akhil, confidence, thinking out, being able to speak your mind. I know everybody focuses so much on math and going to school, which is important, but how do you feel confidence is in terms of you becoming a lawyer?
I think it is important because you need to speak out what you think and not what others think. And you need to be sure that, oh, I know this is what I need to do.
Excellent. Well, as you can see, superstars in the making, already superstars, and that's what our show is all about, to be able to think, lead, and communicate. Stay tuned. We'll be back for more magic.
Kira, stop irritating me and watch me fight. Don't stop me, Kira, and don't worry, I won't hurt her. How dare you question my credibility? If you dare, fight with me.
Well, since Miss Rennu is so busy with magic, let's find out what happened with the magical powder and the eggs. What happened when we placed the egg into some magical powder? It floated. How many of you can guess what the magical powder was? Correct. It is salt. Salt water is much denser than ordinary tap water. The denser the liquid is, the easier it is for an object to float in it. When we lowered the egg into the liquid, it dropped through the ordinary tap water until it reached the salt water. At that point, the liquid was dense enough for the egg to float. This is the simple reason why we can float in saltwater oceans. On that note, the saltiest ocean in the world is the Dead Sea, also known as the Sea of Death, because no animals can flourish in it. It lies in the Jordan Rift Valley. The Dead Sea has attracted visitors from all around the Mediterranean basin for thousands of years. Biblically, it was a place of refuge for King David and one of the world's first health resorts for Herod the Great. It has been the supplier of a wide variety of products, such as bonds for Egyptian mummification and potash for fertilizers. People also use the salts and minerals found in the Dead Sea to create cosmetics and herbal sachets. Well, it's time for me to float away now, so keep working on your science skills. You could be the next Einstein. Until then, this is Naren Srinivasan, signing off.
Well, welcome back, and my favorite segment, Speak Out, where the children are allowed freedom of expression and speech. Correct?
Yeah.
Are we excited? You can say whatever you want on this segment as long as it's polite. Okay, we've been talking about science and we conducted this amazing magical experiment today. So can you tell me, in just a few words, Naren, why do you think science is so important?
Science is important because without science, we wouldn't have our evolution. Like, we wouldn't have this show, or we wouldn't have iPads or smartphones or new buildings. We wouldn't have all these new technology that help us progress further into the future.
I knew you'd bring iPads into this. I knew that. I just knew that. So let me ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Anything related to science, or have you picked something very different?
Biomedical engineering.
Biomedical engineering, interesting. So maybe you will discover a new pacemaker for me soon.
Yeah,
Yes?
I'll remember to give it to you as soon as it's done.
Miss Sriya, do you like science at school?
I love science. It's my favorite subject.
Your favorite subject? Really? Okay, great.
It's really interesting.
You find it interesting?
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I would like to be a scientist.
Any particular area of science?
Well, I do like studying earth science. It's really fun for me.
And let me ask you another question. Do your parents want you to be a scientist? What do you think if mom wanted to wave her magic wand and make you something today? What would mom want you?
She never told me, but I don't know.
You don't know? Good. Mr. Arul, our very serious Genius Kids reporter. Mr. Arul, science. What's your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject is math in school.
Math in school? Do you like science at all?
Science is my second favorite subject.
Second favorite subject? So give me one reason other than the iPads, of course, and the cell phones. Why do you think science is important?
I think science is important because it can help you in your future jobs.
And what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be the world's famous soccer player.
You want to be a soccer player? That's interesting. Well, you know what? I think that's a great career because sports people can make a lot of money, although I don't watch any sports. But guys, remember, children should be allowed to express their thoughts, freedom of expression, and allowing children to think, lead, and communicate. That's how we create future leaders. And stay tuned for more exciting shows from Win with Words, focusing on science. We'll be back next time.
Look at the sun. It's time to move. Look at the clock. It's time to rap. Let's sing and rock. Off we go. Let's have some fun. It's a beautiful day. Look at the sun.
Win with Words is the show for you. Tune in to learn from Miss Rennu. Kids have fun that feel special and tough. Leaders in the making, let's have a ball. Win with Words.